you ready to go then? Or?
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Everyone else is ready. So, who here is ready to talk about sports?
Sports.
Sport. It'll be good.
Come on now, y'all can be louder than that.
Yeah.
I know there's some seats out there. Looked like the Mariners game yesterday.
Yeah. Who here is ready to talk sports?
Well. All right, well, I think our job's done then. I don't think anyone's here. All right. It's a good panel. Nice to have everyone around.
Testing. Is that good?
Mine works.
All right. Testing this.
Welcome to the Sports Brony panel. I'm Adrian Rules. I really don't have anything special about me, but each of my panelists do, so I'll let them introduce themselves.
Oh, hold on, AJ.
What?
We are at the first Brony convention in like a year and a half that specifies we're bringing Equestria to Earth for 3 days, where we talk about literal magic and friendship, and you open this by saying, I have nothing special about it. Let's move on. No, what's special about you, AJ? Let's go.
Well, I'm a big baseball fan. I like the Texas Rangers, but they broke my heart so much, so I've kind of said they can go and die while I try to get into hockey, so you can see I'm a Dallas Stars fan. So, yeah.
So, from the sound of it, your special abilities, you're immune to pain.
I'll let everyone go down the line. They'll talk about the stuff they do for sports and what teams they like. And yeah, I'll start with
Okay, hi. My name is Lucky Flitter, and I'm expecting to be booed when I tell you my favorite teams. So, anyways, my favorite teams are the New York Yankees and the New England Patriots.
Don't you mean the Bucks now?
yeah, but you also do something for Discord server, right?
Yeah, I host a sports chat every Monday at 4 o'clock Pacific time on Discord, and I think that's been going pretty well.
What's the server called?
Discord? BloodCon. BloodCon. Yep.
BloodCon, we are all a part of that server. That's kind of where we hold our sports stuff for the meantime.
It's the old BronyCon Discord server, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to just, make us look weaker, come on, man. We gotta stand on our own 2 feet. We can't just keep, suckling off the popularity that was BronyCon. That hopefully, I'm just saying.
BloodCon's where it's at now.
We've rebranded.
Okay, my name is Dan Mandan. I am the editor of a soccer news website called CrossAmerica.com. That's America with a K towards the end. And my favorite teams, the Loyola Ramblers, 2018 Final Four, the Chicago White Sox, the Chicago Blackhawks, the Chicago Fire.
Good man, didn't say Bears. Good for you.
You can have my sympathies for following the Fire, so.
Maybe you had some good years there, man. Come on.
Not since 2009.
Yeah.
What's 11 years? You're in Chicago.
How many Cubs have the Sounders won since then?
Okay, well, I'm on the Seattle Sounders fan, so I don't know why you're... There you go. There's your answer. You happy? Make you feel better?
Four U.S. Open Cups, yeah.
Hey, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
We've only had 2 playoff games in 11 years, so. Both home
Your
losses.
team in Chicago right now that's happy?
What?
You're a White Sox fan. Why are you harping on the Fire?
Didn't the White Sox just win the Field of Dreams
Yeah,
against the Yankees yesterday last night?
I'm overly happy about that. So, there we
Walked
go.
off the Field of Dreams game, and he's sitting up here going, man, the Chicago Fire, we haven't had a good year since 2009. Darn.
Yes. Well, at least the Cubs suck too. You don't have my sympathy.
Hey, man, the Cubs at least have a World Series.
Oh, those are good. So.
That's true.
Go ahead, BBM.
All right.
If you didn't hear him, I am Prince Big Mac, shorten that to BBM. That's because this is way easier on the tongue. Lord help me, I am a New York Mets fan.
That's rough.
Define pretty good.
That's rough.
And then they have a winning season for once.
Define pretty good. You realize starting tonight we have 13 games against the Dodgers and the Giants, right? You want to back up that winning season talk?
God help you.
I'm just saying, as of now.
Talk to me in 2 weeks. So much like AJ, I'm also immune to pain. Let's back that up, and I'm also a Tennessee Titans fan. So if you tell me 1 yard, I will do things I can't say here because we're family friendly. We are family friendly here. Don't ask that. Actually, that's a funny story because everyone asks me that. I was born in New York. I moved out to Pennsylvania, and when everyone says I'm a Titans fan, questions like, how did that happen? Music City Miracle. Music City Miracle is exactly how that happened. And unfortunately, since then, I've got to watch them get that close. Hockey-wise, Predators fan. I'd say feel bad for me, but it's the Predators. No one ever expects anything from the Predators. Also an Islanders fan. You can't feel bad for me then. We got to be eliminated by the Lightning back-to-back years. Maybe next year we'll get to Game 7 with them and score a goal. That's the next step.
You had the success from the 80s.
We do have that. Unfortunately, right after that and before that, there was also 4 in a row. It seemed like it wasn't a hard thing to do in the 80s. I'm not missing any teams. That's really sad. The Grizzlies. But again, the Grizzlies. Who cares? No one. I'm a Grizzly fan and I barely care. The Brooklyn Nets. Again. I just torture myself is the point of this. I can keep going, but think of a team that could torture you. I'm probably a fan of it.
I'm trying to avoid the Knicks.
No, I stopped. No, to be fair, I stopped being a Knicks fan. I learned. At some point, you have to let go. The problem was my backup was in Brooklyn. With that.
My name is Red Card. I grew up on sports. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My life is basically a living hell with the Philadelphia Phillies, Philadelphia Flyers, Philadelphia 76ers, Philadelphia Eagles.
Trust the process.
This guy gets it right over here. Super Bowl 52 champions. I also follow obviously the Olympics.
I thought he was going to say the Union.
The U.S. men's and women's national soccer teams. I'm also actually certified as a grassroots referee in soccer in Eastern Pennsylvania. And sorry PBM, but the Phillies are now in first place in the NL East. Thanks to the Mets.
Yeah, but you have to understand what the Mets just did was show that you sweeping the Nationals wasn't special. Because if we could sweep the Nationals, I mean, sir,
yeah,
that's not a...
Yeah. Also, I played soccer in high school, played basketball in high school, played tennis in high school, and golf as well. Hi, fur guy.
Give it up. Give it up. Come on, go.
Also, I just want to say that I'm just here so I don't get fined. You're welcome.
You know by saying that you're going to get fined, right?
Because I can only say that because we're in Seattle.
Can you give a yellow card to yourself?
No, I can't do that.
I feel like you can.
All right, before we get to our last panelist, we do have some comments from the Twitch chat. We have one person that says, "Go Habs," and another that says, "Dilly Dilly."
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly. No. Actually, Philly.
No, not until you get to another Super Bowl.
Alright.
Hey, we won a Super Bowl, so that's enough for me.
Okay, and my Giants beat the Patriots twice.
I-
You do it again, let me know.
Okay, I just want okay, I just want to say our Super Bowl win was like the first time in 60 years that we won a major championship in the National Football League. But before that, the Super Bowl wasn't even a thing. So,
All right,
so excuse me.
you know what? You're right. Are there any Lions fans in here?
Oh.
Okay, it seems like you had president. All right.
Good job, Dusty. Still with the bowling thing.
We'll make sure to let him know then. We'll let him know. Hey, man, this is
Okay, next.
Alrighty.
Because Dusty kept the Lions fan.
There you go.
My God.
I thought about doing that, but yeah, I'm a Chief Hunter 1. I'm also originally known for video vlogs for conventions as well, along with Red Card. But also, as I'm originally from New Jersey, Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey, I also play particular sports of my own. I play hockey, I play baseball, I played basketball, I played football in my time when I was younger, and I played a lot of tennis. I also played soccer, and as of right now, I'm still mainly on the hockey courts. So,
good for you.
if y'all want to see the reason why I'm wearing what I'm wearing now, this is where I got. This is from my own hometown in Egg Harbor Township. I'm with an organization, and you'll see in the back. So if it wasn't for all the friends I made back at home and all that stuff, I would never be able to play sports again, because that's the only thing that kept me alive. And not only that, I also am associated, also refereeing the hockey league for the younger kids and all that stuff. So remember, any children, whoever gets involved, and any kids who wants to try out hockey, I'm actually officially a referee helping out the young sports. So, also one more thing. I also help out a baseball group known for a company called South Jersey Field of Dreams. It's in Absecon, New Jersey. That company the organization helps out the kids and other adults that are disabled. So I help out the disability. So then we try to get them outside, play a little baseball here and there. Once the summer ends and hopefully it gets a little cooler, I'll be out there again for the fall league. So that's what I'll be doing.
Nice. Question. So, if the kids ever get into a fight, do you just back up and watch? How does that work with you?
No. I'm going to tell you this. They will not do that. They will get, if they try to end up doing things like that, which I have seen, they will get penalized. All right.
Is that 5 minutes in the game misconduct for doing that?
Is that suspension?
No. It's more of being in the bench for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, so it's a suspension.
So yeah. That's all it is.
So these are our panelists, and I prepared a few questions for them, and after that we can have questions from the audience. So our first question, I'm sure somebody probably touched on some of them, I'm sure I know what red cards might be, but what have been some of your favorite sports memories? You want to start us off, Andrew?
Want me to do it? Want me to start?
We start down there or we start down here?
Oh, you want to start with Chief?
Sure.
All
Alright, so when I was talking about favorite sports memories, there's a lot of them. But the thing is, I'm going to stick with one. Luckily, the league that I'm also in for, there's a Mays Landing League, I'm also in for hockey. I did that last spring, and finally I can say this. I scored goals. best, one of my good buddies who was actually my teammate at that time in the men's league. I was lucky I ran in when getting close to the goal line. One of my partners had the ball, had a trick pass while I was right there waiting for him, and I shot it at the best spot where you can literally get so lucky hitting it right in the corner. The goalie was like right here, and you'll see the pole here. It went in between, and literally that's how I got that score and all that stuff. So that's one of my favorite memories.
Nice. Favorite sports memories. I could go on and on, but I'm just gonna keep this to just a few. Obviously, the Philadelphia Eagles winning the Super Bowl 52. Another one has to be the Phillies winning the World Series in 2008. And of course, since then we've come close. Where actually, I should say we haven't really come close at all. Well, yeah, but I knew that they were a better team than we were. They had 27. That was their 27th World Championship too. And the 2008 was only our second. So 27 trumps 2. So also what else? The U.S. Women's National Team winning the 2015 and 2019 FIFA Women's World Cups. Them winning the Olympic gold medal in soccer, in women's soccer, 3 times in a row. Athens 2004, Beijing 2008, London 2012. And we're just lucky we got a bronze medal in Tokyo this time. And Giants fans are going to hate me for this. The most recent miracle in the Meadowlands when Deshaun Jackson scored a walk-off touchdown on a punt return.
I hate you. I hate you with everything in my being.
That's okay. That's okay. We won. We came all the way back and we won. And so
Does it count when like half of the fourth quarter was just our defense not even being on the field? So I'm pretty sure our defense just was in the locker room.
Zan, you're late.
Move that man. Move.
Zan, no, come back. Come back. Please.
Wow. I'm kidding. Cheer that man. Cheer him. Wow.
I'm so sorry. What else?
What about the '99 Women's World Cup?
Oh, that was good, but I wasn't really into sports at the time. I was 5, or actually, no, I was turning 5. Didn't know really anything about sports at the time, but yeah, that was good. That was good. That's also the last 3 times of the U.S. men's basketball team. Actually, the U.S. men's basketball team winning the last 3 Olympic gold medals, and the U.S. women's national basketball team winning the last 7 Olympic gold medals in women's basketball since Atlanta in 1996.
It is actually not impressive.
In consecutive gold medals, that's never going to be broken anytime soon. That streak,
Well, yeah, because
never.
It's going to be 28 years. Nothing in 28 years would be soon. Like, if someone won the next Olympics, it'd take 32 years. I don't think, things would be going to be soon.
Yeah. And just one more thing. Michael Phelps winning winning 8 Olympic gold medals in Beijing.
Yeah, that was a good
That was huge.
All right. How do I top that list? No, so honestly, the first one that comes to my mind, I was at Pedro Martinez's 200th win.
Yeah.
Last big one he got before he started going downhill, because that's just what you do when you join the Mets. I shouldn't say that. He then went to the World Series with the Phillies, so figure that one out. As a Giants fan, breaking and stopping the Patriots from going 17-0. Although I'm not sure if that was more for us or for everyone else.
Everyone else.
If I may, with all due respect to the Giants, actually, with all due respect to you, I actually dislike the Patriots more than I do the Giants. So I'm actually glad that the Giants actually beat the Patriots those couple of times in the Super Bowl. So anyway, continue.
It's going to be interesting to start finding out if people dislike the Patriots or they just don't like Tom Brady.
I just don't like Tom Brady and the Patriots. I don't like Bill Belichick either.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah.
I don't like Brady, but Belichick.
Oh man, when it comes to sports memories, what else do I got? Honestly, watching the Predators make the Stanley Cup final, even though they lost, listen, it's probably going to be like 35 more years for that to even happen, so you got to take what you can get.
Rennie's too good right now.
Well, speaking of, watching the Mets make the World Series, just dominating the Cubs, just beating them down, never had a lead in that series, not even once, and you guys were supposed to stomp all over us. Wow. Listen, I get to say that for one reason, to be fair, because you guys won the World Series the next year, so I get to rag on that 2015 series.
That's a mood. That really is.
Listen, I'm a Mets fan. You don't understand the little things we have to pick up. You want to know why in all seriousness? Because this is one of my memories. This is how they scarred me. I remember as a kid in August of 2002, 19 years ago, they went the whole month without winning a home game.
Oof.
How does a Major League Baseball team go a month without winning a single home game? And that's a memory.
You played at Shea Stadium.
Oh, you did Shea Stadium? Nah, I'm kidding. That place was trash. Go for it. You're not wrong. I mean, I've been to Shea. It's not great. This feels a whole lot better. Oh man, what else do I have?
I got a memory for it. It's a bit of a stretch.
Let's go for it.
It was back in our days at the radio station. We were covering Mansfield. I think it was a men's basketball game. When they got that crazy winning shot off and the play-by-play announcer just lost his mind.
So you don't know what I doubt anyone here would know what he's talking about?
Nope.
Yeah. I would actually be shocked. I would applaud you if you knew. Even the team he was talking about. I worked about 4 years for ESPN Radio.
Oh, wow.
Local station. I mean, we ran a lot of stuff. Specifically, we ran D2 PSAC. Which, to be fair, D2 football, you might know PSAC, because D2 football and the PSAC, like Bloomsburg's actually produced a lot of NFL players. But yeah, I was running those basketball games. But, I got one more. I'll move on to sitting in a blizzard to watch a D3 college football game. And when I say blizzard, I mean a legitimate about 8 inches of wet snow to watch a college football game. Thank you. Someone understands how much that sucks to do.
Isn't that actually want to go to a game during a blizzard? Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Listen, they're both Packers fans.
How many lovers like celebrating in the middle of a blizzard and end up on Kalaka?
All right.
All right. Well, a few stand out. Let's start. Loyola Ramblers reaching the Final Four in 2018. That was their first tournament appearance for 33 years. They finally got a team to win the conference title, won the Missouri Valley Conference. Then they get a 12 seed, I think it was. No, 11 seed. Then they beat Miami with 2 seconds left. Then they beat Tennessee on a buzzer beater. Then they get a three-pointer to beat Nevada. And then they roll over K-State, and we get to the Final Four. That was our first one since 1963 when they won the national title. And that was just one tremendous run. And we could have almost beat Michigan in the Final Four, in the national semifinal. We were up double digits, and Mo Wagner happened. But anyway, that was such a great, and then getting back in 2021, romping through the valley, and then beating Illinois. That's, for a school like us, that's the holy grail. Beating teams like Illinois or DePaul or one of the Big Ten teams. We haven't beaten a Big Ten team before that since 1994. So.
Hey, that was the year I was born.
Yes. So, it's just these last few years that Loyola's been such the top team in Illinois. So, and still, the only team in Illinois to win the national title in basketball. So.
They got that Butler vibe going on.
Yep.
We're out of the blue. They were a big boys school.
Yeah, they're in the Big East. So, Rutgers will not compete them. But
You gotta remember when that started, they were in the Horizon League?
yes, the Horizon League.
Like, that run propelled them.
Yeah.
Also helps when your head coach goes on to coach the Celtics.
Right, that's Brad Stevens. Ours went to Oklahoma, so we got a good guys to team him and Drew Valentine, so we should be good this season. White Sox, obviously, it's winning the 2005 World Series. And that was the White Sox first title since 1917. So I'm glad we got to win the World Series before the Cubs did.
You were that money after the World Series.
Yes, that was sweeping the Red Sox.
I'll say this about that team: the greatest pitching staff no one ever talks about.
Down in the pitching staff down in the Angels in 5. Burley, Contreras, Garland, Garcia, all pitched complete games in the ALCS. El Duque striking out the side in the 7th against the Red Sox in Game 3. And then sweeping the Astros. And finally, a World Series for the White Sox. And then with the Pirates, winning the double in 1998, MLS Cup and then the US Open Cup. MLS Cup, we beat DC United, and in the Open Cup, we defeated Columbus at Soldier Field. So, and then finally with the Blackhawks, apologies, Rick, that's winning the 2010 Stanley Cup.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then
I still, no. You guys don't understand. I mean, that was the first time in my lifetime that I could have possibly seen a Stanley Cup be won by the Philadelphia Flyers. I still agonize over that Game 6 overtime goal by Patrick Kane. I still weep every time I think about that. What could have been.
Try to talk to a guy who was a Rangers fan when they faced the Kings.
And that's
That puck is still missing. According to legend, that puck is still missing. The officials are trying to find it in the net.
I think we're still trying to find the puck. Then 3 years later, we beat the Bruins in 6, and then 2015 we beat the Lightning in 6. So 3 Stanley Cups in 6 years after not winning one since 1961. So lots of good memories there. So as personally, one more, and that's actually attending a 1994 World Cup match at Soldier Field was Germany against Belgium. So that was just, such a great experience for me. So being at a World Cup game. So
The only year that the U.S. hosted the World Cup, and I wasn't even born yet.
I also went 5 years later to see the U.S. women thrash Nigeria 7-1. So sorry.
Flutter?
Okay, let me think about a happy sports memory that doesn't make me the most hated guy in this room. Time when the Portland Trailblazers got to the playoffs this year, I guess. And they ended up losing, but still. Yeah. Other than that, basically, you guys might not count it, but you know what? I count it, even though it's sports entertainment. But Daniel Bryan winning the Universal title for the first time, that's another one for me. That's about it.
I can say that's a happy moment, but then all I remember is the aftermath of it.
I have a lot of happy moments. I'm just trying to use the best ones for the starters.
Listen, you could say Yankee moment. I'm not going to boo you off stage. Okay, right on, Nick.
Just name me any Yankee or Patriot World Series or playoff or the Dodgers winning the World Series. I don't know about that.
Okay, tell you what. Let's make a deal.
Okay.
Give us one. Give us one, and we'll cheer for it.
Okay.
Because let's be honest, we're going to do anything related to that. We'll give you one.
I can't make any promises on that.
No, you have to show the ultimate act of friendship. You will cheer this moment. Rocky, give us one.
The Dodgers winning the World Series.
I'm going to choose to believe that he was specifying the Brooklyn Dodgers 1955 win.
I was thinking 88 when they swept the A's.
All right, AJ, what you got, man?
Well, for me, because the Rangers blow every World Series they go to.
That's not true. The Giants were just a better team. Come on.
You forget about 2011.
I could say the game where John Clifford scored that overtime game winner in Game 6 against the Predators, but I'm just going to go with Randy Johnson winning a 300th game and me being in the stands for that. That was very special.
Not pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, we ain't bitch they were going to win 300 games again, so.
Yeah, no one's really going to get close.
All right, well, we're all Bronies here, right?
Yep. I hope so.
So, that next question is, how has being a Brony changed the way you appreciate sports?
Should we probably keep this one a little more concise?
Yeah.
The last question took about half an hour.
Yeah, and we're about halfway done, so let's we should
We have a little time to play with, but let's not push it.
Yeah.
Let's keep this one a little short.
I mean, we were told before the panel that there is some flexibility because there's no one immediately after us. So.
All right.
In many cases, I actually will have to deal with it because there is another group I do have to help out when I get the pony stuck.
All right. Well,
So, a little bit of time I'm getting to spend.
I guess, no one really changed or appreciated the sport after being a Brony.
Well, not really, but one time, I actually wrote ahead after the Fire game. They lost. It was a playoff game, rare rarities last decade, and they lost and put down that like nightmare night for Fire as they lost to the Houston Dynamo. So I try and cover. It's no secret that I'm a Brony among the writers for the Fire games, but hasn't really changed me much. And
All right, well, one more question before we open up to the audience. If the Ponies of Equestria and the Equestria girls were to meet up for head-to-head sports competition, what sports would they compete in, and who would be the best at those sports?
That depends. Does the sport have to have opposable thumbs?
I would like to see hockey in many cases because I saw they did a pony version in the one of the episodes. I would say they're skating and doing horse hockey.
thanks for the memories.
I think so. I think that was it. Season 5.
Can you remember that goal?
Yeah, also also hockey because Canada. I mean, it's the show was primarily produced in Canada, and Canada's big about their hockey. So
Yeah.
All I can think about now is two human version and the pony version just brutally checking each other. Just going down the ice, throwing elbows. Like, I'm talking just full blown, like, can you imagine that fight?
Yeah, but you've refed football games at conventions, right, Red Card? So
I've refereed one buckball game at Ponyville Cider Fest. That's it.
So
Yeah, they had a buckball competition in the second floor of the hotel. So I actually played in one of the games, and I was the peg assistant. And I didn't have big enough wingspan to stop goals, but anyway, that was fun. As for which sport, actually more people in Canada play soccer than hockey right now, so I would say.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
How about equestrian jumping?
Well, so I would actually say soccer. We never had soccer in the series, either one.
Or as it should be called,
First Equestria Girls movie, but
or as it should be called, hoofball.
football. Yeah.
Yeah.
Soccer's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Like,
You're pretty much on your feet.
the ponies are really gonna have an advantage. I guess they're gonna run a lot faster.
Yeah.
Polo?
I actually never thought of that. That's really good.
What do you guys got? Because if the equestrian girls and the ponies
Going to
face each other,
Equestria.
this is my query to you guys. What sport do you think they could face off with each other that would be the most fair?
Yeah.
Where neither would have a distinct advantage over the other. It would just come down to skill.
I would think soccer, just because you don't necessarily need hands for it.
Fair, but I think the ponies have a running advantage.
Yeah, because they can run faster.
Yeah.
I'd say maybe swimming, ladder swimming.
Ooh, how are horses at swimming?
I think they mostly do like almost similar to what a dog would do.
Yeah.
Which means that
Yeah.
humans definitely have an advantage in freestyle.
Yeah, because dogs and ponies are both quadrupeds.
Yeah.
One of the apples are raised in
Best I can name it is chess.
chess.
Chess is not a sport.
It's not yet.
It's not a sport yet.
If it's not in the Olympics, it's not a sport.
I would say basketball, but only if it's earth.
Basketball won if it's earth ponies, but
Yeah.
But how does an earth pony dribble?
Well, you can say stand on two legs.
Yeah, but standing on two legs and running on two legs, I feel like it's very different. I'm actually trying to think if there has been an instance in the series where a pony has actually run on two legs, not just like stood up.
Well, I mean, there was one. I'm like when during the, I think it was Forgotten Friendship, that Equestria Girls special, when Sunset Shimmer briefly stepped through the mirror. She at two separate times within the span of like 3 minutes, just stood on two legs, basically forgetting. Wait a minute, I'm not a human anymore. I'm a horse.
Actually, the one that I don't think it was Forgotten Friendship, but Mirror Magic.
Mirror magic. I'm sorry.
the mirror magic you're thinking would board us.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to find one. That's water polo.
It-
Water polo may be like the right answer for this.
There are way too many Equestria Girls specials for me to keep track of. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I understand
Fair.
your feeling.
That's fair.
Someone was forgetting, to be honest.
Like all of them.
No, maybe we're over.
Like all of them. I'm sorry. Once we got to the point where like it just became Equestria Girls specials, it's like okay, I think we're good. we might have done a little bit too much. Equestria Girls first that.
I got two, but I don't think they're completely fair. One might offset the other, like track and field and kickball.
Kickball.
I think kickball would work in
Maybe.
some ways, but the thing is, I believe the uniform.
Advantage in kickball, and the horses would have the advantage in track and field. The pony was huge.
So I would say I think
Right.
kickball works, but under the condition that the ponies have to use their forelegs. They can't buck the ball. It has to be their front legs. They have to swing it out.
Yeah.
So for them, it'd be like hitting the ball with their own hands,
Hey,
quote unquote.
one of the executives has them.
What about basketball?
Oh my!
I haven't seen that movie.
Well, at that point, the question is who can handle the liquor? Who can have the most beer? We need to discuss this.
Has somebody studied that, how much alcohol horses can handle?
I'm afraid that ain't gonna work.
And that's all we can talk about basketball, because again, this is a family-friendly convention. that is where that ends. When you do your own time.
We're done talking about that.
All right.
One thing that we we have the G5 trailer did come out, and we did show Sunny roller skating. Plus, we've seen like Pinkie Pie, figure skating, and models of figure skating. So you could do like figure skating, or even like the short course speed skating.
I think that would be
I can see
correct.
Yeah, that
I can definitely see that. Figure skating definitely would work. I think that's equal. I count that equally, so hey, one on you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One on you, AJ. Well done.
So if anyone ever asks, the answer to that question is figure skating. And then when they ask, how do you know that answer, you tell them I have too much time on my hands.
Pretty much. Alright, AJ, you got anything else?
Well, we could open it up for audience
Q&A.
questions, comments.
Alright, hands up, whoever. Go ahead. What?
What was that?
Shoot, and if one of us knows it, what do we get? Well, if we know it, it's not obscure.
I am hosting a game show at 8 o'clock in the Luna Room, Morning Definition. Got lots of prizes for you.
Alright, well, so that's the only team in the Super Bowl era to have an NFL championship without winning the Super Bowl.
Cardinals.
No. Minnesota Vikings.
Yes. Super Bowl 4 to the Chiefs.
Right.
Oh, you mean to like made the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
They,
I see what you were saying. I thought you meant like going back to the Super Bowl. Gotcha.
yeah, before the AFL and NFL realignment, because it was already merged, so.
Yeah. Good.
We do have a question from the Twitch chat.
Okay.
So the question from Fritz Rowley, 732.
Fritz.
He asked, can you tell us about your golf career, Red Card?
My what? I'm sorry.
Golf.
Your golf career.
Oh, that was
round.
that okay. Being completely real here, that was, I mean, that was just a trial run. That was, and it was short-lived too. I'm really not that much into golf. My parents, on the other hand, they watch, they play like golf on any given nice day. And and there's rarely a time where I ever see them not watching the Golf Channel. So, I mean, I'm just at the high school that I went to when I first through my first year in 2008, golf was the first sport that I tried, because the high school that I went to, we had soccer, we had basketball, we had wrestling. Golf is a sport happening.
There it was. I was waiting for him to see it. My high school back in Philly was it was okay. It was a private school for kids with learning disabilities. It had and it wasn't really part of a league either. It played independently and just made arrangements with other schools. It had soccer, it had basketball, it had wrestling, it had tennis, and it had golf. So yeah, I tried golf, wasn't very good at it. And, that was in the 8th grade. In the 9th grade, I decided to try soccer, basketball, and tennis. When at my school, during the athletic awards ceremony, when you play 3 sports, which is pretty much the most you can do because in a single school year, because there's only 3 seasons basically. There's winter sports. I'm sorry. There's fall sports. There's winter sports, and then there's spring sports. If you do 3 sports in a single school year, you are awarded the Triple Threat Award.
Nice.
Anyone who does it, and I was a triple threat for about 3 or 4 years. So yeah, I did soccer, basketball, and tennis for 3 straight years. Zan?
You do that award even if you're not that great at all the sports?
It's a participation award.
You know, he was trying to avoid saying that. Anyone else have any questions? Anyone else have anything they just want to say? Doesn't matter. You can put any question for him.
Anyone? Bueller? What was it?
Purple is a nice color.
Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, let's move that. You know what? That is my fault. Let me re-specify this. Does anyone have anything want to say sports related?
Anyone?
Did you have a comment?
Yes.
You were all to, this is our question, you were all to form your own team with where you play.
Ooh. Let's take inventory.
What was the question? I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that.
You were all to form, in the sixth, you were to form your own team with where you play.
Oh.
How much time will we have to practice as a team?
That will be a tough one.
Well, there's 6 of us, so there's not too many we can go on there.
Here's the thing, you can make 6, well, with the 6 of us, you can have a hockey team.
Yeah, but
Yeah, and speaking of hockey, like on the subject of that, the gold medal winning ice hockey team from the United States that won in Lake Placid in 1980, they only trained for what, like 6 months, and they ended up being pretty much all comers, including the Soviet Union, who had won every gold medal from 1960 up until that point. I'm sorry, from 1964 up until that point, because the U.S. won gold in 1960 in, what was it, Squaw Valley?
Squaw Valley.
Yeah. But yeah, and actually, I actually watched the movie Miracle on the plane ride here yesterday, and Coach Herb Brooks, God rest his soul, put amateurs, college kids through a pretty rigorous training program. You pushed them harder, longer, faster, stronger, made their training schedule much more competitive, basically said win, lose or tie, that they were going to play like champions, and they have to prove to him. The players had to prove to him that they had to do something that was going to force him to keep them there, and it killed him to have to cut a couple players from the roster in order to get it down to 20 for the Olympics.
Did you, and listen, I love you, and I love 1980 team. We're just compare the 6 of us to the 1980.
No.
Is that what just happened? No, let's backtrack this. He asked the sport the 6 of us could play. Ice hockey was recommended, and we went into the 1980s hockey team.
You brought up, you asked how long.
Yes, how long will we have to practice? I don't think in 6 months we can become the 1980 U.S. hockey team. I would love for that to happen.
Okay, fair enough.
But I think we should be doing
I'm just saying it's not impossible.
We could probably beat the Sabres.
Or the Senators.
What a shot at Buffalo. And
Already got with Senators. Their team.
I don't think they do this.
I think you had a comment up front.
Yes.
You're from Pennsylvania, you ever been to Pocono Raceway?
I have actually been to Pocono Raceway once. Just by chance, my uncle, who lives in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania, actually Danville, Pennsylvania, had connections with one of the people up in the skyboxes there, and he knew that I was very big at the time. I was huge into NASCAR at the time, it was 2009, and I've been following NASCAR for about 2 years, before I continue, NASCAR is a sport, motorsports. I will raise all comers who dissent against that. Anyway, my uncle offered me to take me with him to the Pocono 500, which was in June of 2009. That was the race in which Denny Hamlin had issues, like on the very start of the race, he had engine problems, he went a couple laps down, came back out again, had the same problem, had to go back to the garage area, and we were terrified. We have 10 minutes left. And I was in the skybox. We were like, oh no, here comes Hamlin again, and we were cheering for him when he finally made a lap. When he finally completed a lap under green, and but that was the race that Tony Stewart won his first race as a driver for Stewart-Haas in the number 14 car. I actually didn't get to stay for the end of the race because my uncle said we got to go just to beat the traffic, so we had to listen to the rest of the race on the radio.
Now, if you want to know why someone would need to beat the traffic at Pocono Raceway, is because there is pretty much one road in and one road out. If you have never been to
That I
Pocono
can confirm. That I can confirm.
See, I also lived in Pennsylvania. In fact, I lived in the Poconos for quite a while. And Pocono Raceway is the perfect example of the Poconos because it's in the middle of nowhere.
It's in the middle of nowhere, and
there's
it's an
nothing around
altitude
it
as well.
It's an altitude, and it's just.
And also the weather is also unpredictable, and it's not like any other. It's not like most of the other ovals on the circuit. It's very weirdly shaped.
I mean, there's a reason they call it the Turkey Triangle.
Yes. and instead of 4 turns, it has 3. And it's not like where on most ovals where a half turn is considered a turn. 1 turn at Pocono Raceway is considered a turn. So it's just 3.
Yeah.
So that's where it differentiates from the rest of the NASCAR.
That Monster White's a front stretch. That Monster White front stretch.
Yeah, that's the front straightaway on Pocono is uncharacteristically wide.
Well, they can go 7 wide on race cars.
Maybe an Indy car, but I've never seen NASCAR try that.
Of course.
Yeah. I just want you all to know real soon I gotta go. Do anybody has a question for me before I leave?
Bueller, anyone?
Why are you leaving us?
Main reasons. I already have promised Pony Stuck that I was going to help them out.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be
that's fair.
recording that.
That's
Taylor,
fair.
go ahead.
Okay, so, Chief.
Go ahead.
Say this since I'm over here back there. What is your favorite part about, being a part of hockey? Why did you fall in love with the sport to begin with, and why do you love it now?
When I got into sport, it was like going back, I would say 2012. I was introduced into hockey. Actually, no. Let's go further back. Go year 2000. That far back, and I would say when I was still a teenager, it was one of my cousins who introduced me into the special floor hockey, running street hockey that I used to do. And I used to play as a goalie, and I used to be pretty good at it because I was very athletic over time because I played multiple sports, especially basketball and baseball and football. Those 3 sports, basketball, baseball, and football, were the main things for me back when I was younger, living in Millville, New Jersey. But when I was introduced to hockey, that's when that was the time back when I was 11 or 12 years old when I was introduced to it by my cousin. And then so far on until I grew up, going into 2012, I was introduced where I was living in Egg Harbor Township. I was introduced to that particular same exact hockey league, street running hockey, and I had to. I was doing a lot of running and all that stuff. I was like in phenomenal shape of my life. Like as I am, I look absolutely terrible in some cases because I'm also going through backlashes and injuries after playing so many hockey games in the summer and helping out tournaments as well. So that it takes a lot out of you. I still continue it today with our Egg Harbor Township Co-ed League, which I've already have signed up for that. I'm just waiting because I think our first game is going to be next month. The hardest part is for someone to record it and all that stuff, which we do it on our Facebook page. But overall than that, what kept me inspired going is, we got 5 minutes. It pretty much is all the friends that I've made over time being with the hockey league and all that stuff and helping out the young ones. That's what kept me alive and that's what kept me going. Also, it's a great sport to, being on your feet running around. I know that I've met people who have played ice hockey, that plays running street hockey. I even met the ones who played roller hockey and rollerblades. So I have seen a lot of games like that in the past and I still play it today. So there's a reason why I'm still playing running street hockey as I am because I'm inspired to keep on going. At the same time, the weight loss was also another reason that I'm still playing sports today. So, but it also helped me out through mental health issues. Like I could literally, my mental health issues were really not that bad. And I can literally find whatever I want to do all day. If not, I'll just be going to sleep. Because normally I work as a mechanic, auto mechanic. So, but furthermore than that, that was pretty much where my inspiration comes from. Is just keep on going, not giving up in reality. And thankfully, most of the sports that I have played are mostly outside. All right, no indoor sports. So I'm grateful for that. And for that, everybody, I'm gonna have to go.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Thank you.
One more thing before I go. If y'all okay watching me again on Renegade Stage, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific time, I will be back.
So it's up to you if y'all want to come to the Renegade room. See y'all.
I think we might have time for one or two.
3 minutes left.
Yeah.
Let's go front to back. You first.
All right, well, I just wanted to comment about my personal favorite sports memory. When I was a senior in high school back in 1995, anybody can remember that part of that?
I did.
I might.
I
All right,
can't.
so I was playing basketball, and so in the locker room before the game, the coach needs to start a lineup. And I'm thinking, nobody's going to name me. I haven't been practicing all that well lately. Well, sure enough, he points at me and says, "You're playing center." And I'm like, okay, I'm playing center tonight. So I went out there, and I did not score a single point that night. But I grabbed a crap ton of rebounds.
There you go.
You go?
There you go.
And so over the quarter, overall, and well, the only other thing I remember about the game was grabbing a rebound, throwing an outlet pass went down, threw it down.
Yep.
That was definitely memorable.
There you go, man. All it takes. All it takes.
Just for one night, that was the only night that I felt like I was actually contributing instead of being a mostly benchmark. And unfortunately, I wish I could have sustained that. I wish I could have gotten through my adolescent brain that, hey, you don't have to score points. Grab rebounds and you will play more.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I was like, oh, I got to shoot, I got to score points. Well, I was just a kid.
Later, man. Reggie, you got one more thing, and then I can wrap this up.
Yeah, I do have one more thing, actually.
Well, we have one more question, quickly.
Yeah.
So some of you mentioned that you were in football. I just want to know if you guys had any opinions of like the North Football League or the Arena League before it died.
I used to watch Arena football. Chicago had two teams, the Brewers, very quickly. First the Bruisers in the 80s, and then the Rush, which was supposed to be owned by Walter Payton and Ditka, but of course Payton passed away before the Rush started, so I saw a couple of their games, and actually during one Brony con there was an arena bowl between the and how the Brigade crapped against a 3-8 team.
Little did I know that was going to be the final game.
Right, final game at Everfree, well, if I'm not mistaken. All right. But,
we have enough time for one last thing.
can we get 2 more minutes?
Yeah. All right, so we got a special surprise for y'all.
Hi, Everfree Northwest Sports Bronies, and welcome back to Convention Life. Oh my goodness. I am so happy for you that you get to be there with all your amazing pony peeps. And while I don't watch the sports, as the kids say, I am glad that you're all together doing some fun stuff. So here are the things I know about sports. Put the ball in the basket. Put the puck in the net. Wear your pads. Be a good sportsman like shit. Do you go blue and red teams? I don't know. I really don't know nothing about sports. That's why I do funny voices for a living. So I hope you have a good one. This is a special shout out to panelists Lucky Flitter, Red Card, Achieve Hunter, and Princess Big Mac. Have fun, y'all. Bye.
All right. Don't forget, in about an hour from now, I'm going to be hosting Pony Definition at the Lunar Room next door. You want prizes? I got some. I also got a lot of bad puns, so it's a game. It's probably the only game show at Everfree this year, so hope to see all of you there. You guys will be contestants.